welcome to this game of Income Wars. And if you're wondering what Income Wars is, it's basically a game where you get you build units through like putting your choosers on a box, like this box. So I'm building a Marine, like multiple Marines, because what happens is you start off with 100 income, right? And you can build 5 Marines, right? And it says income 4. So what happens is if you build 5 Marines, you get 20 income, because 4 times 5 is 20. So then you'll have 120 income. So then next time around, you can build 6 Marines, and then so on, so your income increases. Now what's so special about this game is it's a 1v2. Now you might be wondering, why is there an orange and a pink? Well, I'm the pink, and I'm controlling orange because I made it a 1v2 and no one was joining your game. But the problem is about 1v2 is that if you, let's say you're controlling somebody else, you cannot use the configure thing, which should be over here. I wish they showed it. No, but there's a configure thing here, so you can make it so you can get more damage or less damage, or whatever you want. And the thing is about that, if you want more damage, it costs more. If you want less damage, units cost less, and all that other stuff. And so what I like to do is I like to make everything less and get less gas and all that stuff. And gas is a thing where how much units you can control. So you see how it says cost 180/2. It means it costs 2 gas instead of 1 gas like this, because it doesn't have a buy 2, or this thing costs 5 gas or whatever. And you don't get gas until like gas does not increase. But what you can do is you can go to the config thing, which I could show you, that's over here. And what you do is you can make it so you can get more gas, but you get less mineral gain. So everything really balances out. And also another thing, if you might be wondering, in the regular game, I would not be able to see teal or purple's chooser. Well, yes, you can still see the invisible thing, but I mean, you don't know who's building what until you see it on here. And you can only start the config thing until you're, I believe, 500 income, which you'll see in a little bit. I think I get it soon, and you'll see what I mean by that in a little bit. I just wish it could. I don't want to speed it up because it'll kill my computer. So, and I wish I could show you. Do I? No, see how this unit says config 80 damage and config 80 HP, which means it's a cheaper unit, but it does less damage and less health. So you just get more units, and the more units you get, obviously, you get the same amount of income for it. It's just it costs cheaper for more income, which means your units aren't as good, which means you're going to feed the other team more units, but you're going to be far ahead. So instead, like, they'll have 6 Colossus that are fully 100%, and you'll have like 10 because you'll be far ahead in the income and they'll be cheaper. So I mean, it all evens out. It's fair. It's a fair strategy, and the strategy I use is I just use this because you can get a lot of kills, but you're giving the other team a lot of kills too, which means you want to end the game before it goes into heroes, because once it goes into heroes, it's anybody's game, and I like to end it before it goes into hero battles, because hero battles isn't really fun because you get like 1 or 2 kills, and it's just really boring, and I don't like it. And the thing is about, and I touched on gas a little bit, but the thing is about gas is it limits the amount of lower tier units you can get. When you get 0 gas means, and you have a bunch of minerals, which means you didn't use those minerals, you keep them. But I mean, you keep the minerals, but you don't keep the, how do I put this? You can only get a certain amount of units, like for your gas, and the gas goes up every single round. Not like up, like it increases like income, but I mean, it goes back to, I think 60 is the default or something like that. Yeah, it's 60. And, so it makes it so it forces you to get higher tier units, and higher tier units don't get as good of income ratios as, let's say, Marine, because Marine you get 20%, like 20. What's yeah? You know what I mean. You know what I mean by that. So and then let's say the higher tier units. Let's sorry I get off topic right here, but if you kill a bunker, you get 750 minerals just that turn. Anyway, but you know what I mean. It says 295 for 46. What's 46 times 5? 230. Yes, but you get 230 minerals. If this thing costs 230 minerals, then you would get your ratios of 20%, which is pretty good, but it's not. And see, the higher tier units you go, the less of the ratio thing, but it doesn't really matter because you have such a high income and so many units, and by then you want higher tier units. You want specters, you want devil dogs. Well, no one ever gets them. Hammer securities, all these things you want towards the end of the game because they're good. Like in the beginning of the game, you can't afford this. In the beginning of the game, you can only afford around what's over here, and then towards the end game, you get over here. In the very, very end, sorry about that, you get over here. And a lot of units come with abilities like this. Spectre comes with a Psionic Lash, 250 damage to a single target, and it costs, I believe, 60. It costs 60 energy. And it does 250 damage no matter if there's hardened shields or anything. It's Spectres. But look, Spectres cost 950 minerals over 2, and its income isn't actually that good for ratio. And it's still kind of weird. I don't know why there's no unit sound. I don't really know why there isn't. It doesn't make that big of a difference. I'm sorry, guys, if I don't, do everything right. I don't have that good of a computer. I have a Mac. I mean, yeah, Macs, like some Macs are good, but I have the Macs. I have like one of those MacBooks that they used to give out. Not give away, but I mean, it was one of those college deal things, and it's one of the older ones where they give you like, I think like a couple $100 off. I don't think they do it anymore if you're, let's say your parents are a part of I don't know. It's a really weird thing. And one thing you can do, let's say if it's a 1v2, is they'll give you a computer so it evens out. And so what I do, I get the computer and I control it, and I make it build like the units that will just get a bunch of kills but not income. And vultures do 347 damage to light. I mean, yeah, light. I mean, yeah, it's sucking versus these immortals, but I mean, it's doing damage. Right over 21 kills now versus vultures and stuff. It still sucks. But this is the thing where, like, I don't know, it doesn't work versus these, but specters are, everyone uses specters because they're a good unit. They have like a special ability. They're biological and psionic, so that not that many units can kill them easily because they do 185 damage to armor plus the 250 damage to psionic lash. But if you get like 20 of them, that's like 2k damage a second. So I mean, let's look at that. They're just destroying me. 3 kills, 4 kills. I mean, that's still good for two specters killing a lot of my army. So I mean, it's a good unit. And if you'll see how to stop specters and a lot of other stuff through there, but stopping specters requires unit knowledge and past gameplay, and you'll see in a little bit. I'm just getting battle cruisers because battle cruiser Thor is a good mid game build, like 12 minutes. It's not the mid game, but I mean it's a good solid build that works. I mean, obviously it's not the best build in the game. Of course, because best build in the game requires all 3 people, and this is a 2v2, so obviously you're not going to get the full thing. And what I do, I put orange as war pigs and me as specters, because war pigs, what they'll do is they'll take out the battle cruisers and tank a lot of the damage from the specters, because they only do 90 damage to the marines, and the marines do, I think, 45, but I mean, that's like 45 times 2, because I think you'll see. And then here's a unit that will stop a specter. So if you ever are in a place where they have specters and your team's sucking, but they're tanking damage well, siege breakers are the way to go. When they're down like this, which they always siege up, you'll see in a little bit. 852 damage plus 170. if you get the plus 20 every round. And this is massive. So 852 damage plus 170. Oh my goodness, that dies so quickly. It's such an underrated unit. It's hardly ever used because it's easily countered. Because it's armored. It's very... Sorry about that. It's very easily countered by air, especially Dusk Wings. No, I think it's... crap. No, there's a really good... Oh, no, I think it's... Mohander deals with those very, very well. But they die to these Spectres. So, I mean, this build is stoppable. They just didn't know how to stop it. Yeah, they say my teammate sucks, right? It's because whenever you're losing... And, I mean, it's not that difficult to stop this build. All you have to do is kill the Spectres, which, I'll tell you now, is the Void Archons. 1,200 damage. That's a one-hit kill. A one-hit kill on those. And its weapon speed is 3, but I think it kills, 2 or 3 at a time. And I did a stupid decision. I put up a shield right there, and I didn't need it. And you only get 1 shield, 1 nuke per person on a team, so I have 2 nukes and 1 shield, and they have 1 nuke, 2 shields. And so I mean, I just keep on consistency because they're not sending in Void Archons. And plus, Void Archons are psionic, so I mean, tanks will do a lot of damage to them. So I mean, Void Archons will take out the Spectres because Void Archons, I believe, they have 8 range, and siege tanks, they have 13. But you know what I mean. You can be over here killing about two of these at a time. Plus, it's not armored, so they only do 90 damage to it. And they did a mistake, armored, and I just own these with that. And it's probably really annoying having no battle sound. I'm sorry. When I do my next Squadron Tower Defense commentary, I will have it on there. Because I have some good replays of that, of me, having some awesome games of that. So I mean, I'm sorry, guys. There's no cool battle action, but I mean, what's there to happen? I mean, come on. And I think I'm about to win because are they gonna put up a shield? Are they gonna put up a shield? We will find out. They're not. They're sending Marauders. Wow, Marauders cost you 45 minerals, and you could have gotten a Hammer Securities, which would have done the job. And do I win here? Yeah. No, I do not, because they put up a shield, and shields take 99% damage. So, I mean, that helps a lot. And then they're going to get hits off on the Siege Breakers, which are armored. And so you never want the Spectres to take hits on these. And Jackson's Revenge, so much damage versus light. I think they do, 500 damage to light a second or something. It's some astronomical number. And yeah, Siege Breakers are really underrated, and I win. Thank you guys for watching this, and please subscribe to my channel, and I will try to make a Squadron Tower Defense using the Ghost Builder. A very underused builder. Actually, a lot of people use it, but there's so many different builds you can do with it. Some strategies. And if you like this video, please thumbs up, and you don't have to give a favorite, because I know this is not probably one of your favorite videos out there, but if you do want to, please go ahead. This is Holy Starcraft signing out.